The Championship's two outstanding teams from last season meet at the Amex as Newcastle make the long trip to Brighton for an ever-thoughtful for the fans 4 p.m. Sunday kickoff. Only a point separated us last season. Following the 7-point lead Albion blew with 3 games remaining after promotion was won, yet we have enjoyed contrasting starts to life in the Premier League. Newcastle sit 4th while Brighton, well, don't sit anywhere near 4th. Both of us endured frustrating transfer windows with Rafa Benitez apparently on the verge of quitting due to a lack of support. Hughton is far too magnanimous to do the same, but even his loyalty and patience must have been tested by the Albion failing to buy a striker. We broke our transfer record 3 times, and every player we brought in improved the squad, yet the one position we desperately needed to strengthen, and failed to do so, was in attack. That led to much frustration on transfer deadline day and a disappointment that was comparable to matching with Taylor Swift on Tinder, only to have Stuart Taylor turn up to the date. Without a proven top-flight goal-getter, this season was always likely to prove to be a struggle, but we are probably where most fans expect us to be, which is averaging around a point a game. We are never going to pick up wins on the road as we are far too defensive a side to do that at this level. We kept Manchester City at bay for 70 minutes and only lost 2-0, which, given their recent scorelines, looks like a good result. We then completely outclassed West Brom to win 3-1, which went some way to lifting the doom and gloom that had enveloped the club after the end of the transfer window. The game with Newcastle then is hugely important. Despite them flying high, there actually isn't much between the two sides. Their one huge advantage is having a top 6 manager managing bottom 8 players. We saw that last season, when Benitez changed personnel and tactics, to score twice in the last 10 minutes, to win the game 2-1 at the Amex. He is class manager, and if or when he goes, Newcastle will be sucked into trouble with the rest of us floating around the bottom. That is why we need 3 points from their visit. 3 points puts us on 7 from 6 games ahead of a trip to Arsenal and difficult games against Everton and West Ham. It keeps us on that point-a-game average, which keeps us on track for safety. Can we get them? If the Albion play to their full potential, yes. They have one of the most underrated players of the Premier League season so far among their ranks. Pascal Gross cost just £3 million from Ingolstadt, but it's been involved in every goal we have scored so far. I'm loath to give away any fantasy football tips from my Colossus Fred West Ham squad, but getting him in your side is a complete no-brainer. Anthony Knockert is due a good game at some point, and we are yet to unleash record signing Jose Izquierdo. The aforementioned 1 point was the only difference between us and Newcastle last season, and we are better than we were then, so there is no reason to avoid a home win from your accumulator. Watching Gross in particular has been a pleasure this season, as has seeing Riyad Mahrez tear us apart at the King Power, Sergio Aguero and Gabriel Jesus score at the Amex, and even Troy Deeney waddling at Watford to give hope to all us blokes with a belly that we could make it in the Premier League. Yeah, it does take a bit of getting used to not turning teams over every week as we had in the Championship for the past 2 seasons. But I wouldn't change this Premier League adventure for anything. We've waited 34 years for top-flight football, and we are enjoying every minute. Victory over Newcastle would make it even better.